How's it going, people? Simon Slapper here, and this is the Ardougne Elite Task Guide, so let's get on with it. Full run, game on. Quest requirements: you need to have done Rune Mysteries. Skill-wise, you need 93 Summoning, 91 Smithing, 82 Thieving, 81 Fishing, 75 Rune Crafting, 69 Fletching, and 10 Crafting. Item-wise, you need at least 2 Pure Essence, an Abyssal Titan Pouch, Giant Pouch, Lockpick, Rune Bar, U-Log, either raw beef or raw bear meat, and you'll also want a hammer and a knife, although they do work in your tool belt. Soon as you're ready, come over to the ZMI Altar and head on inside. Once you're here, go ahead and summon your Abyssal Titan, and make sure you store at least 1 Pure Essence inside your Titan, as well as 1 Essence in your Giant Pouch. As soon as you've done that, head on over to the ZMI Altar itself, and we'll go ahead and craft some runes. There's 2 paths to choose from. You can either run directly south, which will take you through a bunch of enemies, or you can go the long winding road. Either way, they both end up in the same place, right at the ZMI Altar. Once you're here, head around the back side of it so you won't be attacked by the enemies. And if you've got rune essence in your inventory, go ahead and craft them now. Next, you want to empty your giant pouch, which will give you another task complete. And as soon as you craft, you'll have another task done. Take out the pure essence from your Abyssal Titan and go ahead and craft some more. And there we go. Right, so that's one massive chunk done. Good times. You can go ahead and dismiss your Titan now. You don't actually need it anymore. And as soon as you've done that, next up you want to head over to the Watchtower, or Yanil I should say. So go ahead and home port or teleport, either way. And you want to be heading over towards the bank, as we now need to pickpocket the dungeon door so we can get in the shortcut way. So head on over to the bank side, and the building we're looking for is just southeast of the Mages Guild. This room right by here with the massive stairs inside. Go ahead and go downstairs. This will take you into Yanil dungeon, and you now need to picklock this door to get in, and as soon as you do it successfully, there's another task complete. This may take a while. But as soon as you successfully picklock it, that is another task done. So next up is a bit of an annoying one. We now need to make a rune crossbow in Yanil and Witchhaven. So first things first, head over towards the centre of Yanil, and on the north side there will be a cooking range we can use. Go ahead and cook your bear meat or raw beef and turn it into sinew. Make sure you turn it into sinew and not cooked meat. As soon as you've done that, head back over towards the bank, and in the building in the far southeast side of Yanil you'll find an anvil. Go ahead and craft some runite limbs. Right, for the next step we now need to head up to Witchhaven, which is just east of Ardougne. So either use your Ardy cloak to teleport up to the monastery and then just head east, teleport to Ardy, or home port to Ardy, either way, head over to Witchhaven. So once you're finally up towards Witch Haven, you want to head over towards the southeast side of Witch Haven itself, and there you will find the place where you can actually make the crossbow string itself out of the sinew. There should be a spinning wheel in the far southeast building. So once you've found the right building, go ahead and turn your sinew into crossbow string. As soon as you've done that, we now need to turn the yew logs into a yew stock. And now we need to put it all together. Make sure you build a rune crossbow one hand. If you build an offhand or the two-handed version of the crossbow, the task will not work and you'll have to redo these steps again. So when you make it, make sure it's a one-handed crossbow, and it's the main hand crossbow, this one right here. As soon as you do, that is another task complete. So with that done, there's only one step left to complete the elite tasks. You now want to head down to Port Gazard, as we now have to play the fishing trawler game, and in order for the task to be complete, you need to successfully catch a manta ray. Now to do this, you will be needing people to come along with you and help, as fishing trawler can't be completed on your own as far as I know. So you'll want a minimum of 3 people, yourself included, or more if you can get them, either way. There is a dedicated world for fishing trawler, but when I tried to use it when I was doing these tasks, there was absolutely no one using a fishing trawler, so you will be needing your friends list, clans chat, and friends chat, whichever, or go ahead and recruit some people to help you with this. Either way, once you're here, go ahead and deposit everything, and you'll be needing around 10 ropes, 10 baling buckets, and 300 swamp tar. You can buy all of this in the general store. Go ahead and recruit a bunch of random people, just like I did. All people from the clan, friends list, whichever. As long as you've got a couple of people to come along and help, you should be good. You cannot take pets inside, but as soon as you're ready, head into this boat here in Port Gazard. And as soon as you enter, it'll say something along the lines of there's 2 minutes before the game starts. So if you've never played fishing trawler before, it's fairly straightforward. Basically, on the top of the ship, there's only one thing there, that is the nets. Occasionally, you'll find that the nets will be ripped or broken. In order to fix that, just head on up, click on the net, and you'll repair it by using some rope. Additionally, down in the hull of the ship, there'll be holes breaking out all over the place. You need to seal them with swamp tar, and at the same time, eventually, water will keep coming in, and you'll start to flood. As soon as you start to flood, you need to bail it out with your bailing buckets. So everyone in your team should all have roughly 10 rope each, 10 bailing buckets, and a bunch of swamp tar. And the basic idea is, you'll sail around for a good 5 minutes, and you need to keep the ship afloat, so by the time you get back to Port Gazard, you can then get your prizes. Fairly straightforward. So just to show you here, if you go up any of these ladders on either side, right next to it, you'll find the net on the back side of the ship. If it says it needs repairing, all you need to do is simply click on it, or you can inspect it, and it'll tell you whether it's broken or not. You can repair it just like that. Very simple, nice and easy. You typically want one person dedicated, ideally to the net, and everyone else focusing downstairs with sealing it up and bailing. You can do it with a 3-man squad, if each man takes a north and south side, as you'll see here. And then the person who's also doing the net, make sure he's coming up and down, and basically just fills in gaps wherever he's needed, such as bailing out. If you see the floor of the hull starting to go blue, as you can see at the moment, that means water's now inside your boat. In order to get rid of that, you now need to use your bailing buckets. You can use them anywhere as long as you're standing in the hull area. To use your bailing bucket, all you need to do is simply left click on it and you'll start gathering up all the water that's in the ship. If this fills up completely, as you can see in the top right there is a bar to show you. If that fills up entirely, that means your ship will sink and you will fail the ride. So you will need to do it again. But either way, it's nice and straightforward. Just try and keep your ship afloat, block all the patches, make sure the water's bailed, and make sure the net is never ripped. And the more successful you are, the more fish you'll get at the end of it, and the more chance of getting a manta ray. If you have a low fishing level, then, or if you have the minimum requirement, it may be fairly difficult to get a manta, so you do need to keep that net fixed at all times to give you the best chance of getting a manta ray. But either way, keep playing the game, and eventually you'll do it. And that is pretty much it for the Ardougne Elite tasks. It's quite literally just finishing off this fishing trawler game and catching a manta, and then you are done with the Ardy task completely. So, what do you get for completing the Ardy Elites? Well, the Ardougne cloak, when you're wearing it, now gives you an armor bonus of 16, 1.9% critical hit bonus on all 3 combat styles, and a prayer bonus of 4. Additionally, you now have unlimited teleports to the farming patch north of Ardougne. You can operate the cloak to restore all your summoning points once per day. Additionally, while wearing it, it replaces random junk from the fishing trawler minigame with more useful items. It also gives you a 5% chance of making 2 rune crossbow limbs at any time while smithing one within Yanil. Additionally, for completing this at all times, Bird will now deliver 120 buckets of sand to your bank per day. Additionally, you'll also gain 4 antique lamps, which give you 50k experience each in the skill of your choice as long as it's over level 85. Can't complain, nice 200k XP there for nothing. So there we go, that is all your rewards for the Ardougne task. And that was your complete guide. So with that said, congratulations. I'll leave this playthrough just so you can see the rest of the game, and I will catch you all later. Have a good one.